Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Sizzle or Fizzle. I'm Rick.
And I am Caz.
Now, this is the show where we listen to all types of music, different artists, different genres. We love music. We hope you do too. And at the end of the day, we decide whether we think the track sizzles or fizzles. We also
Oh,
invite you to leave us messages and let us know what you think about the tracks as well.
do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Now, Kaz,
Huh?
we're going back to Kansas again.
Again.
Uh,
Again.
Anybody who's seen our Dust in the Wind video knows that we like Kansas and we'd like to hear more from them. This one is Carry On, Wayward Son. But
You'll be
without further
read.
delay, let's go ahead and get into it.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
I'm going to stop it real quick because I want to point something out. This is
Uh-oh.
how you know music was music back in the day. They didn't, hey, let's put the guitar solo up front or a guitar solo. They're just jamming out. How many time signature changes did they do? Two or three?
The time signature didn't change. They just
Well,
changed up the sound. It was
yeah, the
still four
tempo.
four. It was still 4/4 time the whole time. They
Okay,
just
but
changed. They just changed up what they were doing. I've been counting since I've been testing it, since I've been
oh,
listening to
okay.
it to be checked. It's been 4/4 time the whole time. It's interesting because it does throw you off. But if you can keep the beat on 4/4 time, because they do throw you off because they start hitting on up tempo.
Mm,
So it'll throw you off, but it's 4/4 time the whole time, especially later on in the song when you hear the drummer hitting the bell on the ride cymbal, and it throws you off even more. If you don't know how to 1 and 2 in on 4/4 time, you'll be thrown off. But it's 4/4 time, from my perspective, since it's been a long time since I've done it. But I kept testing it. It's 4/4 time.
okay. This is interesting. Let's go ahead and get back to it.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Because we had listened to Dust in the Wind first, I mean, it's like night and day, but in a good way. Um, this is also a nice little groove, a different kind of groove. This is that 70s classic rock that I really like because this is from a time when you weren't held handcuffed by the producers and you don't get what I call cookie cutter music where everything sounds the same. If you listen to stuff on the radio today, hey, let's put out this same old trap beat and just have a different singer doing it, or hey, it's not a single unless we can get a rap in the middle of it or something like that. Everything has to be formulated. And this is from a time when things were not formulated. I feel like the 70s and 80s were the most creative decades in music. That's not saying that the 90s and the 2000s didn't have creativity, but I just feel like the 70s and the 80s had the most creativity.
And that was primarily because from the 80s backwards is when everything was pretty much strictly instruments. You weren't sampling, you weren't whatever else, all these machines that they have
Pro
today.
Tools and
It was strictly instruments. So that's why it was. But I think otherwise I had to say I'm impressed with watching Steve go from doing lead vocals and then being on the boards and then being on the organ and just man, it's great.
it is.
It's great. I'm giving
right.
my feelings away, and I'm sad about that.
Let's go ahead and get back to it. Kansas, carry on, Wayward Son. Wow. Wow, I didn't even notice that he switched back and forth between the electric guitar and the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, make it equal the splendor. Now your life's no longer empty. Surely heaven waits for you. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry. Don't you cry no more.
Mm.
Fonkee, funky, 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 like a monkey for old time's sakes. That some bitch is funky. No more.
This video showed me some things that I love to see, especially you can find in a lot of the classic rock bands. They're having a good time while they're playing, and they're good with their instruments. But yeah, dude in the tusk. Okay, obviously he had the electric at the beginning. Then all of a sudden he's on the acoustic. I'm like, okay, I didn't notice he switched for that. Then when they start jamming out, back to the electric, I'm like, yes.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
Why are you
I'm
sad?
sad because I've been trying to think of what I don't like about this. And I would only have to say that I don't like the fact that this is one more tune from Kansas that I hadn't thought about until you brought it to the scene. This is going on workout / cardio playlist. Period. End of discussion. I might just want to get happy drunk and sit and sip on this song. Just sit in the chair and just.
Yeah, this is a sizzle for me as well. I mean, and you're right. It has been a minute since I've heard this song too. I'm so glad that we have people out here, Sizzle Gang. We appreciate you guys. Keep those requests coming because, you know, even if it's something we heard before, it'll be something like this that we can dust off that we haven't listened to in a good long while.
How many breakdowns and changes in the types of breakdowns can you have in a 4 minute, 4 minute song? Huh? Well, they can tell you because they did it. So
Yeah, and they did it well. Sizzle
I
for me
give
as well.
Sizzle Gang 5 seconds to tell me.
You have 5 seconds, Sizzle Gang.
Thank you.
So, you know how I feel. You know how Caz feels.
How's I feel?
Tell us how you feel. Do you like the
Yes.
song? What other songs by Kansas can we listen to? Obviously, these are more of the popular songs. What about the deep cuts? Hit us up, leave us a comment, like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you comment because we love to hear from you, and I try to respond to everybody. Until the next one, y'all stay positive and stay blessed.
And keep it moving. Bye-bye.
Later.
Later.